y'all. We're back.
Again.
Never left. We're back.
What are you singing, man?
I don't know. But yeah, we're back, and I'm excited for this episode because I think this is a topic that us as men really got to talk about.
Yeah.
And it's compromise.
Yeah.
Henry, I don't know. You have anything on compromise and?
Man, compromising to me is basically like, reducing your own boundaries, your own what's it called? What's the word I'm looking for?
Standards,
boundaries, expectations, like, just because of someone, like it doesn't work for me that way. A while back, I was like in a relationship with someone, and they weren't, getting up to like my standards, and it was so tempting to keep going back to like this relationship or keep associating this particular person, but I knew that me doing this is going to jeopardize myself, my image, my whatever. So I had to cut it off, and compromise comes to play when you're like, let's just keep going, when you know deeply that this isn't for you.
That makes so sense, like compromising in a relationship. I think for me was a big deal was compromising my image as a man. And so like growing up, like that, going through school and stuff like that, you had that pressure to have this sort of image as a man that feel a particular standard, be dominant, in a sense of women, how much women you can have in your bag. Just how you are, your status, everything, like, you being like that nice guy, or what we call simp now, or you simp, or like you being that one like girl man, like you only love this girl and you're only gonna be with her, like, and you not, let's be real, and I say this like, in all sacredness, reverence, like, you not having sex with her, and you having sex with a lot of girls or just doing stuff that isn't the image of a man that, people look at you and be like, bro, come on, you tripping, bro. You haven't gotten with that yet. Like you haven't, come on, you haven't tasted that yet. Come on, bro, you tripping, bro. So like, I feel like the pressure to compromise as a man to fit in with other men, and this type of idea of how a man should operate and roll. It's very easy for men, especially who know the biblical way of how a man should be, to want to compromise, to fit in. Even when going to work, or things like that, and how, like, just honest, like how we guys, I'm not saying we, some guys, not me. For sure. But you know how, like, honestly, like, guys talk, and it's just like, look at that girl, and stuff like that. It's just like, dang, like, you want to get into the conversation. And feel a part of the guys.
But that's not really who you are.
It's not really who you are. It's how you're not supposed to do that, and you'll be compromising. So it's like, compromise as a man, like, truly is a big thing we need to talk about, especially as believers. Like, we are not to compromise. We're not to compromise.
When you talk about, like you mentioned, you doing things that are not of you, do you feel like, compromise has like disadvantage? Like, for example, you mentioned that when you compromise, you're basically tarnishing your image. You're basically not being your genuine self. Do you feel like compromise comes with like other disadvantages?
Yeah, it comes with, you're going to continue to have to play that image. Knowing that it's hurting you on the inside, and knowing that truly this is not you. And so you're going to be playing this image for other people who may not even be in your life forever. And if I have to play an image for people that really don't want the true me, like, you're wasting your time.
I've been there. I've been there in a situation where, I've basically played this image of kind of, I don't want to say being this nice guy, this particular person, and, I was basically compromising myself because I knew this person wasn't good for me. Like, I knew this person isn't reciprocating this friendship. I knew this person wasn't bringing anything beneficial during this season. But I kept giving and giving and giving. And I had a false mindset, and it really hurt me internally. But at some point, I was like, man, I ain't gonna keep doing this with this person. I had to end this relationship with this person. I had to end how we used to communicate and all that. And that was how I knew this person wasn't really a genuine friend at that season, because the moment I would say tested our friendship, I was because I used to, for example, I used to always call this person. The moment I stopped calling them, they never called back, and I was like, oh, that's weird. And previously, I always used to be the one calling, always compromising myself, and the person wasn't reciprocating. So yeah, definitely it will hurt you a lot when you keep compromising, because you're basically playing a role and image that's not of you. Imagine a lion behaving like a cat, it's just weird, because that's not your nature. It's not your nature to do this. So why are you keep doing it? And it's going to reflect over time, that this is not really who you are. If you keep portraying this image, how people say fake it till you make it. Sometimes you ain't gonna make it. You ain't gonna make it. Someone's gonna catch you you are not acting the way you're supposed to act. So that's what I believe.
Man, bro, and I love how you if we're even talking to a relational aspect, a lot of guys compromise to get the certain type of girl they want. Such as, man, hey, he said he my business. So I feel this girl likes this type of guy. Yeah. So I'm gonna portray myself as this type of guy. And let me tell you something. If she chooses you, you're gonna have to keep playing that fake image. Whether, especially it comes with money. Especially with money, guys will try to be that type of guy. I got it all made, everything. And then you'll be looking at your bank account, and then you'll be mad about this girl. You're like, can this girl not take one bill? Can this girl not ask? And you know those times when when she's like, oh, I can take it, and you're like, no, you're good. But you want her to act like you know. So and she's like, okay. In your head, like, no, I want you to fight, You're gonna keep your inner mind okay, So you compromise and you have to suffer in your relationship because you compromise. For me, I made a decision after my nonsense history. I made a decision. I am not going to play a false image. I am not going to compromise who for anyone. I don't care. I'm sorry. I don't care how bad this girl is. I don't care how bad. Walking whatever. I don't care. I cannot compromise. Why? I would rather live a life of peace. Than to be with somebody who doesn't love me for who I truly am. And that's the thing. For me, if God Himself loves me. And loves me for who I am, and doesn't want me just to stay here, but is continually by His grace making me to the image of His Son, growing me to the image of His Son, and did not compromise for me on that cross of Jesus Christ. Jesus did not compromise. He didn't say, "Oh, let me do this, and then you can add on your own works." He did not compromise. He paid the final price for me. He did everything so I don't have to do anything and just submit to His grace. Why should I compromise? For anyone. Why should I compromise Him? I'm not going to compromise Him for anyone. No matter how foolish it makes me look. This man died for me. God did everything, and I'm not going to compromise. And it goes to any aspect of your life. Are you going to, even in the workplace, are you going to compromise your integrity to get ahead? Are you going to do the wrong thing to get ahead? Even with money and things like that, are you going to go the wrong route and the quick route to try to get to a goal that you have? In what sector, especially as a man, are you compromising? It's in many sectors as a man, and we need to know, especially just as men of God, we have to be men who are solid on the Bible. And we don't compromise for nothing, whether it makes us look weak, and that's what us as men don't want to seem as. We don't want to seem weak.
Because we're grown up with the ideology that, men should be this you should never show your emotion and all that. That's why people don't, show how they feel.
Yeah.
Like when you're paying that check and it makes you feel hurt. that's basically true, man.
Yeah.
What you're saying is true. I went to ask, so like, how do we then walk in not compromising for anyone? Like, how now that we know, okay, hey, I know, okay, I tend to compromise with a couple of things. Like, how do I stay strong and stay fast in what I believe? What do you think?
Sure.
Yeah, you should do.
First, it has to do with your salvation.
Yeah.
It has to be you being solid on your salvation, you having a true understanding of what Jesus has done for you, you being a man of the Bible.
Yeah.
Like, the Bible is your everything. Is your everything. You will not compromise the Bible. Then I will say the big thing is praying. Praying to God and say, Lord, help me. Because it's hard. Let's be real. There's going to be times maybe you're just going to fall short. You're just going to slip up and say some things. I've been there. I've done that. Like, afterwards, it's like, dang God, I know the conviction. I'm so sorry. Help me.
That conviction hits.
That conviction hits. It's like, dang, I should not have been talking that way.
Yeah.
So it's like, God, by your grace, help me. Help me to become the man that does not compromise. Do that work in the heart.
Yeah.
And then the next thing, which is the biggest thing of all, pray that you have a community of true guys around you.
Community is really important. Like
that group of guys that are men that will uphold you.
Yes,
and keep you
in check all the time, because they will be playing tricks, and that's how. I think that's what we talked about, like in our previous episode. When you're idle and you don't have anyone around you, that's when the devil, starts slipping things into your mind, and that's how people, tend to compromise, because they don't have people to keep them accountable. They don't have people to, always fall back on and say, hey, I'm feeling this kind of way, or I'm feeling this kind of, I'm feeling iffy about this, when you don't have these people to surround you, this positive emphasis on this positive, because don't just surround yourself with negative people, because at some point you're gonna end up being with them like them. So when you don't have this type of people to surround you, the devil tries to play tricks with you, and that's when compromising comes to play.
I would even say the biggest one is as a man looking back on your past, and how did my old boys think of me now?
Yeah,
that's one thing. You being solidified and not caring what people think about you. If you care about what people think about you, you will compromise.
Yes,
because that is the main thing. I compromise because I care about what people think about me.
Yeah,
don't care. And the one thing is, don't look back.
For sure.
That's one thing. Like, dang, you always think, man, I'm a new guy now, but dang, all the boys I was hanging out with, like, dang, how are they gonna feel me? How are they gonna see me now? Like, they're gonna probably think I'm this, lame or whatever. Don't think about it. That's why Jesus says, once you put your hand to the plow, don't look back. Don't look back. And if you don't have I feel like, I don't know, this weird thing in, I guess, the Christian faith is like, oh shoot, have this type of past and you're cool. No, if you don't have this past and you've been doing your thing all your life, man, applause to you. I wish I was like that. I wish I was like that. Like, for real. Like, that should be honored. That should be honored in our faith. Like, hey, look, we need to start our young men early. Like, don't go through this stuff. It's not worth it, bro. It's not. You're gonna end up doing stupid stuff. So
someone told me this quote, the most deadly Christian is one that is dead. The most powerful Christian is one that is dead. And how the Bible says to die is gain. So when you're dead, you got nothing to lose. Like, I'm not even pressing no more. So when you're dead, you really don't care about what people's opinion are and all that. And I feel I've kind of been in a situation like that. There was some point in my life where I couldn't post on my Instagram. It was really, I was kind of scared that people are gonna go and hold your hand down and all that. And at some point, I don't know how it just happened, but I was just like, man, how would I be a Christian around? And I keep the word of God. That's what I've been working on for the past couple of years and all that. And I was just like, man, you just have to start doing that. I just do it right now. I can post this any Christian content on my Instagram and any of my social media. I'm working on Snapchat though.
Working on Snapchat.
But I can post it without any filter, without any fear that I don't care what people are going to say about me. That's also why I was so excited my podcast. At some point I was like, what put it on me? When I speak, like, but I got to the level that I'm like, I don't care what you people think about this. Like, I'm going to do this solely for God. I'm going alone, and that's why I'm doing all this, just for God's ministry, just for God's upliftment, and
Man, so we're at the end of our time here. Do you have any last?
Man, I've said everything, man.
I've said everything. Yeah, I've said everything too, man. Like, honestly, like, that's what we're here at the living room for. Like, and I hope that this has been helping you. And man, honestly, I just don't even think guys like you, Henry, and even Daniel. He's in the back. He's in the back here. he sits in there, you know. But like, honestly, like guys like you that like hold me down. And you guys don't even know how much of a part you guys play in my life. And so, like, honestly, I like the living room. Even though we don't see a lot of you guys, or even a lot of you girls that are watching, like, I hope that this is like, even virtually, that we're those guys for you to hold you down and be like, yo, support you and encourage you. Like, be who God has told you to be. And like, don't compromise.
Don't compromise what God has told you for anyone, man.
So we love y'all, man.
Have a great day. Have a great week.
Hey, listen to SoundCloud, Spotify. We're gonna get on Apple. It's coming soon. I'm so sorry. It's taking too long, but I know. And share, like, comment, subscribe. Please, like, get this out. Repost, whatever you have to do.
Someone needs to hear this.
Tell them. Someone needs to hear this.
Sure.
Someone needs to hear it. So, yeah. We love y'all.
Have a great day.
Peace.
Ooh, ooh. They see the way we dress. Ooh, ooh.